Maharaj Pranam. If you kindly explain the importance of Dhrupad learning in modern India.
Swami Vivekananda had the highest appreciation for Dhrupad musical form. Dhrupad musical form not only is one of the ancient one, it is one of the purest one of music, and it really trains a musician to attain a perfect musical sense, both in intonation, in throwing, in other musical angas and other alankaras, and also it appears to me that it is the only musical form which gives the maximum horizon to any student of music to explore any raga or any form of music. So this is one, not only the most fundamental one, it is the strongest and most capable one to teach music and install musical senses in any musical student.
And what is your advice towards us who are learning music now?
I cannot advise, but I can just repeat Swamiji's advice given to us. He was very forceful and uncompromising in telling that Dhrupad should be taught to all the musical students, even leaving other musical forms, softer forms for the time being, and the purity, the grammar, the perfection, etc. should be learned by the musical students for two main reasons. One is because of its boldness and purity. Secondly, because of its manliness and strong, what should I say, the strong counterpart of musical renderings. And what I understand personally, the music gives the largest horizon of ragas, exploration of ragas. One can explore the ragas in the widest panorama while we perform Dhrupad. Even we practice, even people who does not perform Dhrupad, they can always revise Dhrupad, practice Dhrupad. That will increase the musical aptitude in all the students.
One short technical question: that why it is Dhrupad is the best musical genre?
Perhaps because it is always emphasizing on the purity of tones and tals, number one. It, because of its steady and slow and other profound movements, it prepares the musical voice wonderfully, and it ensures that musical sense is installed to the pupil from the very beginning, so that whatever musical form they sing, they are always correct. And as Swamiji used to say, Dhrupad means the pada for Dhruva. Dhruva means God. So when we channelize our endeavor for a listener who is the best of the listeners, God is the best of the listeners, best of the appreciators. So when we really sing for Him, then we conquer fear, we conquer any sort of our shame or shakiness, and we freely can sing with fearlessly. These two are very important presumptions, that fearlessness and what you call freedom. These two should come to a student of music if he wants to learn music properly. Other part is when you are shaky, you are compressed by public opinion and all, then you cannot perform, you cannot sing. So Dhrupad gives this type of freedom, what we have seen, and it should be very boldly, very freely, and very creatively learned by people, so that people have a very good foundation.
Maharaj, as you know that we have pre-assumptions that Dhrupad is full of rigid regulation. Is it so?
There must be a rigid regulation for any good thing. For even a good tree to grow, I must protect the tree, otherwise tree will be gone. So when the trees are very small, rigid regulations are must. But when it is very big, then it will regulate others. So similarly, when we train ourselves to good musical level, learning Dhrupad within strict, stringent rules of swara, raga, throw, breathing techniques, everything, and also keeping our creativity alive, then when we are really adept in the musical perfection, then we can give form to any musical things in its purest way. That is like becoming a big tree. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, small sapling has to be given guard and fence. But when it becomes a big banyan tree, even an elephant can be tied to the tree. So it becomes so fearless and bold. Then whatever he will sing, it will become music.
The last question is that music is a vast subject and Dhrupad is so. So from where we should begin?
As all the music begins from the purity of the notes, throwing of the notes, which, as I said, fearless and bold, we should be there and free. Fearlessness is the must. Swamiji says freedom is the first condition of growth. So if they don't feel freedom in exercising the strictness, then it will become burden. So they must know that you have to become strict, you have to become very cautious, like we do mathematics. We cannot go this and that. We become strict. So similarly, we become strict. And secondly, practice of the notes, then all the small things like mir, then combination of raga notes, and as we find in different types of methods, Dhrupad uses for many ages. Mir Khan, it's Khans, so all the Khans are there. Then combination of, and the most important is recognition of the notes. For all musicians, recognition of the note is the first and most important thing. Then, for touching the note without deviations, then different type of mixing of the notes, and parallel understanding of the meaning of the notes and the meaning of the mixtures. How different mixtures can make different meanings. So ultimately learning the language of notes and musical notes. Then, of course, there is no alternative to practice. You have to practice. Daily practice as a part and parcel of the routine, that itself will maintain the voice and the musical aptitude, and love for music. Music always tastes the love of the music what he has. If he has less love for the music will not allow him to go further. So it's a real vidya, and we have to chase it with real zeal and enthusiasm, then it will be to the success.
Thanks a lot, Raji, for enriching us. Pranam.